Everybody, this is Dustin Blackburn for another edition of Power Moves, your YouTube coaching session. Hey guys, so sorry to go ahead and say this out loud, but you're constipated. Now you may be saying, well, hold on a second, who have you been talking to? No. Hey, listen, this is what I'm not talking about, the physical aspect of constipation, but it could be just as bad. You know, if you really think about this question here, and I'm about to go ahead and ask you is this: if you did what you already know to do, how much more money would you or should you be making? Chances are it's probably 10 times, 100 times more than what you do. And this is really the stone cold fact that a lot of us don't want to take a look at. It's not new information that's coming in. In fact, we really don't have a knowledge problem. In fact, one can go ahead and argue with the tremendous amount of access to knowledge we don't have a knowledge problem. We don't have a fear problem. We have a constipation problem. And like anything, when a person or the body is constipated, there is blockage. There's hindrances to flow to basically have things go in and come out. Now, I don't want to go ahead and get gross. Here's my whole point. You know, according to studies, we have about 60,000 thoughts per day, of which a majority of those thoughts are the same thoughts we had yesterday. And then in totality, over 90% of those thoughts are negative. Now, add that to the fact that when you start now breaking down the stuff you really think about or talk about, whatever, you now are engaging in relationships that used to serve you that don't. People that you hang around with that at some point had value but currently do not. On that, you're basically now reading the same materials that may have stimulated you before but do not. And when you look at that, that's all within your ecosystem. Now, can you imagine, see for a second right now, think about this as in terms of your thought life, your ability to go ahead and succeed. Think about now having to go ahead and now navigate to that place of success in your head, but you had to go through all this clutter of useless nonsense to go ahead and get there. You see the problem? You know, a majority of the people who come to me for coaching are getting it for the sake of clarity. Now you see why it's so very important, because we spend almost our entire lives meditating on a lot of useless stuff that no longer works for us. And the worst part is, the older we get, because of the fact that we're not purposely and intentionally now meditating on things that do provide value, we simply go back to the same old, not because it serves us anymore, but because of the fact it's just simply out of sheer habit. And the worst part about it is the fact that it's now taking up more and more real estate in our minds, in our imaginations, in our confidence, and in our hope. So now we're at a place where we're trying to say, you know what, I can go further. I know I can. I know what I can do. I know what I should do. I just don't know why I'm not doing it. Now, as I'm explaining to you, I think you should be getting a little bit clearer as to why that's the case. You're constipated, and it's time that we now get a chance to now exit or purge, as a matter of fact, our mind, our heart, our emotions, and our spirit, so we can now go ahead and move faster. And Des, you may be saying, well, this is all well and good. How does one go ahead and do that? First things first and all stuff, and again, I'll use the Bible as a good template here. There's a scripture that goes, you know, matter of fact, meditate on things that are lovely, things that are pure, things that are hopeful, things that are of good report, things that are honorable. Think on these things. That is a huge clue, because now when you think about all the things that provide no value, that are not true, that are not honorable, those are the things, in fact, those are the things that do not serve you or now work with your body or your mind or your imagination. But when you start now meditating on those things that your mind are designed to go ahead and take in naturally, all of a sudden you start now bing, 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 bing. The creativity starts going across, out of the, you get what I'm saying. It goes, matter of fact, off the charts. So when you start now making a decision to now intentionally block that other stuff out, you know, the drama-filled sitcoms, the matter of fact, the quote-unquote salacious text, and also the videos and different things you know overall are just quote-unquote maybe shock value worthy, but not necessarily anything that basically helps to go ahead and add to you. And now you purposely start putting things that do. Now all of a sudden your ability to be more creative at the meetings, a person who has ideas, a person who is energetic going to work and coming home, topical, and more importantly, interesting. Why? All those things are happening because now you have more flow. Guys, this is your year to go ahead and get it done. But if you're thinking that you're going to go ahead and now arrive at that place organically, it has to be intentional. and I'd love to go ahead and help. Listen, if you like what you heard here today, please post a comment. I'd love to go ahead and hear that. And if you're saying, Des, I'm experiencing a lot of the things you're talking about, is there any way you can go ahead and help me? Of course. I'm providing complimentary one-on-one coaching sessions with people to go ahead and help work that out as they strategize for 2020, and I would love to help you. Just simply go ahead and indicate that below, and we'll schedule a one-on-one session. Okay, guys, I gotta go, but until next time, don't forget, don't just make a move, make a power move today. You take care now, and God bless you. Bye-bye.